In this episode of Ask Me Anything, I got a great question about what certification / training programs that I have taken or that I might recommend. What's up, everybody? Dr. Matt Maggio here, creator of the Peak Method, founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, where we teach massage therapists a new treatment system that focuses on working smarter, not harder, allowing them to easily double their income, all while working 50% less. So I really enjoy doing these Ask Me Anythings, and if you ever have a question, send them in. I'm always happy to give a little different perspective and a little bit of different insight into my knowledge, my training, and kind of call it some of the nonsense and bullshit that I see out there in the treatment and musculoskeletal injury space. This is a really good question. I get people that ask me all the time, like what I think about certain certifications or techniques or methods across the board. So it'd be a good idea to just kind of address the whole idea from a full standpoint about like what to think about training, what type of courses to take, the questions you should ask, what type of money you should spend on them, and understanding like which ones you should implement into your business, into your practice. So the problem that I see with courses and trainings is it's two-sided. On one side over here is the assessment heavy people. They're the people that are like, you spend like an hour and a half doing these detailed assessments, all these evaluations, these functional tests, which are really cool because you need to know that, but it doesn't leave a lot of time for actual treatment. You know, so much is spent figuring out the problem, and it's good to figure out the problem because you can't fix it if you don't know what it is in the first place. But the problem that happens is you don't have the tools or the skills to actually fix it. So yeah, know what the problem is, but I think that's actually worse because you're not actually able to fix it. On the other side is the ones that just say, just do this treatment and it's going to fix everything. You know, might be this one thing, you know, like, oh, just treat the fascia or just treat the lymph or just do this one thing. It's very technique focused and it's very one size fits all. Sometimes they get lucky, sometimes they don't. It goes in between. There's never really a reality of what's going on. So either side is wrong. You need to be somewhere in the middle, being able to figure out what it is, but also have the tools to actually fix it effectively. So here's the thing. I talk about this a lot. Your results are your certifications. Nobody really gives a shit about what you do or how you do it. They really care that you can do it. And we seem to think that clients and potential patients are looking at us for a certain reason. They're like, oh, well, I'm this type of practitioner and I do this. It's like, no, they ain't looking for that. They're looking for someone to solve their problem. They don't care about the ins and outs. They just want to know that you can confidently fix that. And as you get better with your skills, you get better with your treatments, your approach, your communication, all that stuff, you get what's called conviction. And when you have conviction, that means you believe in what you do. And it comes across when you're explaining to people how much you can help them and the changes that you're going to be able to make. So here's some action steps that I have for picking a course. Number one, ask yourself this question. If I could only do one thing during the treatment process, what would it be? And that one thing is the most effective, the safest, and the most durable. We as therapists suffer tremendously from shiny object syndrome. You know, we want to do all these things. We want to throw all these different type of treatment at it and never really knowing what variables actually fixing it. We just want to try that new shiny thing, and we just continue to take more and more courses over and over again. And then we're looking for that next shiny object. Another thing you want to ask yourself is, what is the return on investment, better known as your ROI? When you're spending money, you're spending time, you're away from your business, you're away from your practice, there is money and cost associated with that. And you want to go to something that's actually going to increase your costs, not decrease your costs. One thing that I always talk about is the medical massage certification. I think it actually causes you to lose money. Yeah, on one hand, you might get the respect and the notoriety of being a medical massage therapist. But as we said earlier, no one cares about what or how you do it. But what happens in these courses is they teach you how to take insurance. Insurance is a fucking nightmare. I've never taken insurance in my practices. It is a nightmare. And basically what happens is when you go and network with insurance companies, you get paid less. You have to do more just to get the money you need. So a medical massage certification, sorry, there's someone beeping a horn out there. A medical massage certification actually loses you money. So don't look at it from a emotional standpoint, like, oh, I'm going to be taken more seriously because I'm a medical massage therapist. Look at it from a truly logical thing. Is this actually going to make me money or lose me money? Because there's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a lot of bullshit, a lot of nonsense. And a lot of times people that are trying to use their insurance are cheap. They only stick around for how long the coverage lasts. They never actually commit as a good client, and it's a bad thing to do. Lastly, is the treatment, the measurements, the data objective or subjective? So subjective is like, hey, how do you feel? And honestly, there's a lot of things out there that can make you feel better, but is it actually fixing you? You know, be very weary of these courses and these people that say, oh, I'll do one treatment and all your pain is gone. I'm like, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You should have objective data. So what is the objective data? You should have measurements. You should have videos. You should have functional tests to show an improvement, because as things start to function better, they start to improve. And as things move better, they start feeling better. So focus on things that truly have you look at it from an objective, real type of nature, not just how do you feel, because there's so many components involved in the subjective data when you're looking at things that can put you down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. Next thing you need to do is make the switch to become a problem solver. I talk about this all the time. Are you a solutions provider or a service provider? The world needs more problem solvers. People need solutions to their problems, to their injuries. They don't need more service stuff. Anyone can, like I said, make someone temporarily feel better, but if you can actually fix them, they feel good for weeks and months on end. You are a problem solver, and your market cap is so much higher than everyone else out there. So once you've answered those questions of what is the one thing I can do? What is going to be the best thing I'm going to do? Go back and take that course multiple times. Take it 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Get really fucking good at it and take it over and over again, because it is the biggest return on your investment. The other thing you should do is, after you take a course, review the material every day. You know, spend 10 or 15 minutes looking at it before you get in with clients or patients. Review it all the time. I'm amazed at how many people go to these courses and then they'll get excited about it for 2 weeks and then they kind of throw it aside. Now they're looking for that next major, awesome, shiny object thing, that one thing that's going to fix it. And you're always hopping around and you haven't really mastered anything. You become a jack of all trades, master of none, and nothing is better than being a true master at what you do. Another thing you want to do is change your mindset around spending money. You know, you have the cost of things, but then you also have an investment. So we tend to look at like, how much does this course cost, instead of being like, how much value is it going to give me? Price is what you pay, value is what you get. And if you're truly going to learn something that can change people's lives, fix them for good, increase your practice, that's an awesome investment to make. And don't look at it as a true cost. Another thing I want to talk about is, like I said, that shiny object, but also the kitchen sink approach. And I see this so much in the massage therapy field. You know, you treat for an hour, you treat for an hour and a half, and you throw every single treatment in there that you can think of. You know, you might do myofascial release, you might do deep tissue, you might do some cupping, you might do some stretching, you might do some taping, you might do all sorts of shit. But the more variables that you add in, the more you don't know what's working. Focus on one thing. Get so good at that one thing and fix that problem. And you'll be amazed that a lot of those other things you're doing are actually not treatment. They're not effective. They're just ticking the clock down. And if you get in that path of trying to sell your time for money, you're never going to really grow and you're going to be stuck. Sell to the result. So what courses do I recommend? Not a whole lot. I've done a lot of training in other advanced soft tissue stuff over the years. And what I found is that they're all lacking in the whole part of that. You know, some are too heavy on assessment. Some are too heavy on just treatment. What I found is it's somewhere in the middle, and this might be a shameless plug for my free training, but I'm going to be honest with you because I don't have any reason to bullshit you. My free training has more in it in 6 or 7 courses than you might get from any other training system out there. And the return on investment is actually really amazing because it's free. I put it out there for free because I want to help more people get access to this care, not have to go down the path of pain pills, injections, and surgeries, and help soft tissue therapists just like you be so damn good that they can't ignore you. That's all I got for the video. I appreciate you guys sending questions in, all the support we get in the soft tissue revolution. If you like the video, give it a comment or share. If you have any questions you specifically want me to cover, send me a message. Always here to help, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.